is Bert Jabin Marina, or Jabin as the Americans pronounce it, nestled in the beautiful area of Annapolis. Bert Jabin is the largest certified clean marina facilities in the Middle Bay region of the Chesapeake Bay. And James and I felt like we had landed, so to speak, as we had a list of jobs as long as your arm that needed doing, which only can be done in a large marina and nearby town with chandleries galore. In the USA and the Caribbean, they have these wooden posts, and they don't have those in Europe. They're completely different. So in Europe, we come in with our fenders alongside, and then we come in and we sort of shuttle along, and the fenders protect us from the sides of the dock. In America and a lot of the Caribbean, we found that they have these wooden posts, and some of them have white strips on them which protect the boat, others don't, and so because they don't have any protection, getting in is always a scary thing, especially when the wind is up. So we've always liked having our fenders out, but today Keith said to us, no, he said, don't have the fenders out. He said, because what will happen is your ropes will come out of the cleats, and he said we've had a number of boats rip because, and this is a common thing, it's not just this marina, we've had a number of boats damaged because the cleats come out where the fenders pull along and they yanked out of the cleats. So it was a little bit scary this morning coming in, but Keith was amazing. He reassured us that everything was going to be great, and we've come alongside here now, and we've done really well. Mine. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks, man.
Alright, you guys have a good one.
Cheers.
Thank you, bye.
Right, I better respect back, we can put the boat back together.
Whenever there are major jobs to do, we get ready for the inevitable, which is an upside down, inside out boat.
Speak to B&G about the radar, and maybe they're going to replace it under warranty, even though the warranty's expired.
Oh,
so
really? That's
maybe,
nice.
Yeah. They think the reason the H5000 CPU was being marked as off in the sources is that the H5000 CPU takes in the wind instruments, it takes in the boat speed instrument, the little wheel that goes around under the hull, and that wasn't working, and because it didn't have the boat speed, it couldn't work out the apparent wind. So because it couldn't work out the apparent wind, it was saying to the rest of this network that it was off, it wasn't a valid source, which I think is a bit of a strange error message.
That does sound a bit strange.
And
Sounds a bit far-fetched, doesn't it?
They didn't, when I spoke to the people in the UK, B&G in the UK, they didn't tell me that. They didn't think, they didn't tell me that that was the issue. So what they're saying here is that they need to replace the boat speed little wheel.
Yeah.
They're going to replace that, and then everything should work.
Seems quite far-fetched, doesn't it? Because it's underneath the water as well.
Yeah, and also if I bypass the H5000 CPU and take the wind measurements directly from the wind sensor, that's used, the chart plotters are then using speed over ground to work out the apparent wind. So it's just a bit of a strange error message, like just having off, that makes you think that the thing's off, it's not getting power to it, which it wasn't, because we looked at it and it's this thing here, the H5000 CPU, and you can see the lights flashing on it, and that's what it's always been like.
B&G have been amazing. Even though we weren't in our warranty, they still came up trumps. We wanted to say a very big thank you to B&G for your fantastic service. Not only did they repair the VHF charger unit, they also replaced the transducer and the 4G radar.
That when they designed the electronics on this yacht, they provided us with all the wiring diagrams. So I've got pages and pages of pages, but the good thing is you can see exactly where everything is on the boat. You know, this is the helm side, this is the forward cabin, and you can see how everything's connected. You can see the backbone of the network and where everything is. So this really helped troubleshooting today to find where everything was and to check all the connections. So that's good that we had that. If we didn't, it'd have been a lot harder.
No sooner had we put the boat back together, and in true boat style, more jobs and more mess. The weather can change within hours in the Chesapeake, and scarily so. Wow, look at those clouds over there, amazing.
How are you?
Hi Keith.
Hi, sweetheart. How are you?
Good, how are you doing?
You guys leaving me?
Yeah, we're leaving you.
We're kind of ready.
Not forever though, Keith. We're not leaving you forever.
Here's a diver coming if you guys need a diver.
Oh. We love diving, but I'm not really sure I'd go diving around here. And this is Keith, Bert Jabin's treasure.
Oh, I ended up breaking my shoulder up. That's why I haven't seen you when I go back. I haven't even been able to take my boat out. You know, fell down, fell into a boat and broke it. 25 years and it bit me. And I always hollered at everybody else about being stupid. Stupidity. That's the dumbest thing I've done.
Not bad. It's drunk and stupid what messes.
Well, see, that's it. I wasn't even
Oh,
drinking.
Keith, you didn't tell me you were drinking.
I was not drinking. That's the problem. If I'd have been drinking,
You would have just bounced.
years
it
ago,
would've
and this is the God's honest truth, we used to, you know, Rod didn't care if we drank. And I left 2 screws out the step one time. And he made a screw, you know, we had to stop, you know, no more drinking on the job. I told Rod, I said, well, you know, when I'm drinking, you get me at 110%. But if you want me to go down to 100, that's what I'll do. He said, that's what I want you to do.
I didn't think he was going to bite. It was a good try.
I mean, I used to ride around, have an 18-pack ice down to El Salvador. It's like, geez, Keith, I drank all of them. We had
That
fun.
must have been back in the day.
It was back in the day.
Yeah.
In Annapolis, there's loads of places we can get things done on the boat. So we've not only been into Bert Jabin Marina, as you know, we've come out and anchored actually in the bay of Annapolis. So these are lots of marinas. There's many when you look on the charts, and surrounding all the marinas are flats and houses. And then, as you can see here, we are anchored literally in the middle of, what do you call it, a marina? What do you call this?
I mean, it's yeah, I mean, it's surrounded by marinas.
But what do you call this?
I don't know, I guess it's a creek. I'm not really...
Okay, we're not really sure what it's called.
port, I guess.
Could be, it's not really a port because there's no major ships here. It's all sorts of small to medium-sized yachts. So you could call it a creek. We could call it a main hub for the marina, all the marinas. But anyway, we are anchored right slap bang in the middle. And you might think, well, that's very thoughtless. But you're allowed to do that. There's another yacht there. There's another one there. And that's how it goes. So this is where we are. We're getting lots of work done and getting her ready for the next season. Where our water maker has broken, we have to go into marinas and now docks and get water. It's a good job in America. They're really free with their water. It's not like being in the Med. Every litre you have to pay for in the Med. But here, yeah, it's free flowing, and if you're going to break your water maker anywhere, then here is the place.
Yeah.
Having said that, it's an extremely busy fuel dock, so people are queuing up consistently throughout the day. And as I showed you before, we've just been anchored here, which we'll go back to in about 10, 15, 20 minutes, or however long it's going to take us to get the fuel and the water. And as you can see, there's one boat just gone in behind there. He's tiny, so he can fit behind this Summit 54 boat. Another boat's going around there. This guy here, the fishing boat's just gone on the side. and we just have to wait our turn because we are large. So James is doing a pump out for the poop. This is not the same device they have in Turkey. In Turkey is about the only other place we've actually done this in. Nowhere in the Bahamas, not anywhere in the nowhere in the Caribbean has done this. So hopefully James isn't going to take the pressure off the pump, otherwise everything's going to go everywhere. How's that working for you, Roo?
Yeah, I'm a bit scared.
We made the decision to go and anchor just outside Back Creek, which is where we had earlier filled up with the diesel. Another storm set in for the night, and we did question to ourselves, with such a busy yachting area, why the anchorage was completely empty apart from us. Next time, aboard Aequus, we take a look around Annapolis, make some new acquaintances, and we meet Chuck from Chesapeake Sails, who repaired our cruising chute after our disaster in the Caribbean, which I'm sure many of you remember very well.